But just so that you know where this came from. So we'll dig into what's happening in the state of franchising and what the International Franchise Association is predicting this is going to look like. And this was prepared by Fran Data, which is in a franchise or a franchise specific data analyst, and they provide all kinds of interesting data, statistics, information. If you need something franchise data related, Fran Data is your go-to for that. So we had covered some of this last week on the call, but in 2021, franchising is projected to open more than 26,000 locations and add nearly 800,000 jobs and contribute $477 billion to the U.S. GDP. And so, for me, when I look at that, I think that is a significant number when you really take a look at that, especially the 26,000 new locations. And we're going to do the report breaks down. So we're going to talk through that and go through that here in a little bit as well. But 26,000 locations, that's a lot of units. And as I said last week on our presentation, for our clients in franchising or for someone who's thinking of franchising or part of that process, I ask, what percentage of that 26,000 or will be yours, or what number will that be? Is it 1? Is it 10? Is it 50? What's that number? And by the way, when we go through the end of this report, I will also circle back on talking through a report that was put out by Fran Connect. They surveyed about 150 franchisors and just did a little bit of a qualitative assessment to get a best estimate on what they're thinking, direct straight from some franchisors. So some interesting data points. So again, this is just a quick snapshot window here to show you franchise growth over the last several years and what the International Franchise Association is projecting for 2021. So on the far right here, we have the 2021 projection. You can see the estimated for 2020. The numbers aren't totally in yet when they put this report together, but as of their best estimate is that franchising total number of units in franchising, they call it establishments here, but total number of units reduced by 2.6%, employment reduced by 11.2%, the total output in franchising reduced by 14.9%, and the total GDP contribution reduced by 5.7% in 2020. And here are the projections for 2021. And it's a pretty big surge of growth. So it's projecting a 3.5% growth rate. And if you look at the previous years for 2018 and 2019, 1.6% growth, 1.7%, then down 2.6 and up 3.5%. And I just like to look at the whole numbers here for a second under establishments. If you look at 2019 numbers was 773. At the end of 2021, it's projecting to be higher than that. So I think that's a good indicator, really quality sign. And we can look at employment. Employment's still projected. It's going to have a big jump of over 10% based on projections. It will still be less than what it was in 2019, but still a big jump up from where it will have finished in 2020. If we look at output is almost about even with where it was in 2019. It looks like about $7.5 billion short of matching the 2019 numbers based on projections. And the GDP is expected to actually be improved over the 2019 numbers. And I'm just using 2019 as a benchmark because we all know 2020 was down based on these numbers. So I'm just saying, where does it look like? Is it projecting that we're going to be back to pre-pandemic numbers, which is, it's a good indicator, barometer for us to look at. And by all counts, it looks like we're going to be close to that or above those pre-pandemic numbers, at least by measure of franchising here by the end of 2021, based on these projections here.